Shalom. All praises, blessings, glories, and honors to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Racha Kodash. Double honors to my elder apostles and bishop elders of Great Millstone, who have taught me this truth, as well of men of like mind. Shalom wa chasad, which means peace and mercy to the elect of the nation of Israel, whom are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelite foreigners of the sea line of our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, whom are scattered here in America, which is Babylon the Great, and abroad. To you I say Shalom, and Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Ratazah. This lesson is edifying and informative. In the news from the RT, U.S. has Iran war plan. Media devised under Trump, who may soon return back into office, but time will tell. The document may be what's guiding the latest increase in joint military exercises with Israel, according to the Intercept. Now, we understand that according to the biblical prophecy, according to the book of Jeremiah, chapter 49, verse 20, and 50, verse 45, that the least of the flock shall draw them out. And who is the least of the flock? The least of the flock is the state of Israel. And the them is America, Babylon the Great. And the least of the flock, whom is Israel, shall draw them, America, Babylon the Great, out into the Arabian Peninsula in the Middle East, so that America may become a guard unto Israel. Because Israel will be the leading cause or the main aggressors that will initiate the third world's woe, which cometh quickly, according to the book of Revelation, the 11th chapter, the 14th verse. In doing so, Gog and Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, which is modern-day Russia, will then become a guard unto Iran. And all of these things will happen after the wicked elites of Esau, Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, have introduced and subsequently mandated the MOTB globally, because that is the goal of their New World Order agenda, to cause all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hands or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So that is their NWO agenda. And after they have accomplished that agenda up to a certain point, it is written in the book of Job, the 20th chapter, that in the fullness of their sufficiency, when they are at the apex of their New World Order agenda, they shall be in straits, in positions of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked, which the word wicked in the Hebrew is aimal, which means laborers. And who are the laborers of this society? The Israelites shall be upon them, because there will be resistance says against Esau Edom and his noble order and his chip, which is ultimately the Heavenly Father Yahweh's chip on the left hand side that he has given these Edomites to use to fulfill prophecy. Okay. But anyway, let's continue on in this article. Spirit just had me mention some of the things concerning prophecy earlier, which are extremely major, because it is important that we understand that before the Third World War truly begin, the MOTB must and will first be globally mandated, because the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Isaiah 55, 55 and 11 tells us that, as well as other scriptures. But anyway, reading on, it says, devised under Trump, the document may be what's guiding the latest increase in joint military exercises with Israel, according to The Intercept. The Pentagon developed a conceptual plan for war with Iran during the presidency of Donald Trump. The Intercept has reported, citing budgetary documents. The document is one of several indications of Washington's increased hawkishness towards Tehran, the outlet argued. The contingency plan, code-named Support Century, was funded in the fiscal year 2019. Given that the Pentagon's resources are not unlimited, the fact that effort was expanded to produce such a document means that U.S. military planners consider the risk of a clash with Iran significant enough. And a clash between Israel and Iran will happen, according to biblical prophecy, during the Third World War, which war is a process. And as the U.S. will become a guard unto Israel, so will Russia become a guard unto Iran. This war will be a war that will be fought with burning and fuel of fire, according to Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. Another sign of a possible escalation was the order to reassign Israel from European Command, EUCOM, to Central Command, CENTCOM, in the Pentagon's responsibility structure, the story added. And very soon this will happen. And carried out by Trump just 4 days before the inauguration of President Joe Biden, the reassignment built on the rapprochement between Israel and the Arab states under so-called Arab Accords. Israel was previously kept under the European Command in order to avoid stoking tensions with countries such as Saudi Arabia. Israel and the U.S. aim to send message with record military drill, which they carried out. Under the Biden administration, the Pentagon has conducted a series of joint military maneuvers with Israel. The Juniper Oak exercise in January was openly touted by the Israeli leadership as a simulation of a war with Iran. The Intercept suggested that Support Century probably guided the drills. Concepts of operations plans, serve as the intellectual framework or context when developing military exercises, because it makes sense for units that are honing their skills to have that work be relevant to likely tasks, Dakota Woods, a retired U.S. military planner, told the outlet. It shows you how backward this man is, because he has women running and ruling throughout his military. which is unheard of to antiquity. Last week, U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Tom Nides, stated that Israel can and should do whatever they want to deal with Iran, and we've got their back. And now, let's pause here and read Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20, and then chapter 50, verse 45. Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 20. Therefore hear the counsel of the Lord Yahweh that he had taken against Edom. And again, who is Esau? Edom, the so-called Caucasian race, beginning with their hegemony, their elites, their banking families, such as their Rothschilds, their Rockefellers, their Gettys, their DuPonts, their Lees, their McDonald's, their crypto Jew families, so on and so forth, the elites of Esau, Edom, whom, again, according to Malachi chapter 1, verse 4, is the wicked. And his purpose is that he had purposed against the inhabitants of Teman. Teman represents Esau, Edom. And who are the wise men of Teman, of Esau, Edom? The so-called Germans. Surely the least of the flock, who is the state of Israel, shall draw them, whom is America, Babylon the Great, out, were into the Middle East, to become a guard unto Israel, who is the least of the flock. Surely he shall make their habitations. And how is the Lord going to make the habitations of Esau, Edom, desolate with them? How is the Lord going to do that? Through thermonuclear fire. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he had taken against Babylon. And so notice that the Lord is likening Esau, Edom, to Babylon, which Babylon in the Hebrew is Babal, which means confusion. And America is modern day Babylon. So Babylon is synonymous with Esau, Edom, prophetically in this day and age, and his purposes that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. And what is the land of the Chaldeans? America, Babylon the Great. And who were the ancient Chaldeans? The ancient witches, warlocks, soothsayers, money prognosticators, warlocks, sorcerers of ancient Babylon. And who are they today? The Edomites. Through their secret councils, their fraternities, their different secret houses and stuff like that, that practice witchcraft, necromancers and whatnot. Pardon me. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely. And you know what? There's a documentary. I forgot the name of the author, but it's called Signs or Symbols. It's a very good documentary that goes into the witchcraft of Esau, Edom. Actually, I re-uploaded it to my channel. You could just type it in the search box. It's called Symbols. El Apostle Gabar had mentioned it at the camp. It says, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So their habitations are going to be made desolate through thermonuclear fire, because the Lord is going to burn over here up with nuclear fire and also cleanse the land of Israel nuclear fire, because that land right now is polluted by nothing more than wickedness. So let's conclude this article and then the lesson, Lord is ruling. It reads on to say that while Israel has had an array of cabinets in the past several years amid an ongoing domestic political crisis, all of them have been hawkish towards Iran. Aviv Kochavi, who retired from the position of Chief of Staff of the Israeli Defense Force in January, told the media that his nation's military had devised three operational plans to attack Iran. One includes taking out Iranian nuclear installations and auxiliary sites. And by the way, it's been recently reported that Iran is about a couple of days away from producing a nuclear missile. I'm not sure how true that is, but I won't be surprised if it is, because they've been, you know, in the works of doing so for quite a while now. And this will definitely not be good news for Israel. They'll take this very serious so that it could not create a nuclear weapon. So, you see, Israel doesn't want Iran to create a nuclear weapon. Tehran denies that it is seeking nuclear armaments. Remember what the scripture says in 1 Thessalonians. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. So I will conclude this lesson here. I'd like to keep it nice and short, sweet. Lord's willing, it was edifying and informative to the elect. Lord's willing, until the next, I say shalom.